I'm here at Mythic Championship 6 with Pascal Vieren out of Belgium. Pascal, thanks so much for coming and having a chat with us today. You are playing Temur Reclamation. This is a bit of a blast from the past, my friend. We haven't seen this one around for quite a while.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a strong deck. Like, it has a very powerful core engine, the Reclamation. And I saw some players in the qualifier for Mythic Championship 7 with it, and the list really spoke to me, and I tried it out, and I like how it plays out. And
well, let's jump into it and have a look at what's going on here. This is the core engine of the deck. People familiar with the list will know the interaction between these two cards: Wilderness Reclamation, untap all your lands, and Explosion for $500,000.
Yeah, that's basically the end game. You have Reclamation in play, tap all your lands, and tap them again, and Explosion for your face. But it's also just a card for value, like draw 5, kill a creature, and tap again.
Yeah, sounds fine. Draw 5, kill a creature. Seems like it's pretty decent as well. These cards aren't new. They've been around for a long time. We know what they're capable of, but there are some new sort of new bits of technology to get across as we move through the deck and continue to have a look here. A lot of card draw. Again, we've seen Opt, we've seen Chemist's Insight, Growth Spiral. These are the usual suspects in this list, but oh my goodness me, Escape to the Wilds. Talk to us. I love this card.
Yeah, it has two functions. Like, first, you just like trade 1 for 1. You find Reclamation with it, but once you have Reclamation, cast it. Normally you have to wait a turn, and it's kind of bad to wait a turn, but then you untap everything and already get to cast and use your mana. So it's basically a draw 5, and like playing extra lands can also really help advance your board. So
I mean, one of the major drawbacks of this card is the fact that it's a sorcery and the fact that you usually tap out to play it. So it's draw 5 next turn, and you've only got the 1 turn to like. It's very slow and clunky. Whereas because most of the rest of the deck is instant speed, and you've got a Wilderness Reclamation, it's basically just draw 5 for 5 mana, which is insane.
Yeah, with Reclamation it's just draw 5, but it's I like it in the deck.
Oh mate, I'm already sold, and we're only halfway through the list. Let's continue to have a look at some of the cards here. Another new face in Bonecrusher Giant. This is our red removal suite here. We'll talk about the Giant in a minute. I want to ask you about Flame Sweep. In a world of 3/3s, you're playing a 2 damage sweeper. This is an odd choice on the face of it.
Yeah, it would be nice if it deals 3, but like you can copy it with Explosion, with Expansion, the not Explosion part of it, and then it deals 4, which kills the board of entire 3/3s most of the time. And it's also like it kills the mana, the ramp creatures sometimes. It can be a useful tool. Sometimes you also combine Flame Sweep with the Bonecrusher Giant with the Stomp part of it to like kill the mana, the dorks, and like
finish off a 3/3.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, talk to us about Bonecrusher Giant. Is this just a fancy like a fancy shock with the Stomp, or are we also casting 4/3?
Yeah, you're casting the creature as well. Like the removal spell traits and the creature traits with something. It buys you time. It can also like help pressure Planeswalker sometimes. It's like an all-around good card. Like everything is good, aggressively costed on the card.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but my read here is that Bonecrusher Giant in this deck is a lot less aggressive than it would be in many other red decks. It's more of a defensive kind of mid-rangey card.
Yeah, it is. Like on turn 2, you can sometimes kill a creature with it, cast it, and block something. And like it's done its job. It buys you time to set up your better end game.
A little 2 for 1 there. Let's move on and have a look at the blue interaction instead of the red interaction here. Ether Gust and Mystical Dispute. Now, Pascal, did you just forget to de-sideboard before registration, or what is going on with these cards, buddy?
At some point, I was liking my sideboard more than my main deck, so I just like leave them there and like switch it up after game 1. But like Mystical Dispute is obviously better to counter blue spells, but it's also a fine counter.
Just a kind of bad mana leak, and mana leak is an excellent card, so it's not too bad. How often are you running into situations where Ether Gust is, you're looking at it and just really questioning your life choices?
Well, I'm not usually questioning my life choices as such, but like if you can't use it, you can still use it to discard to the draw 2 for Chemist's Insight.
Okay, sure, jumpstart.
So you still have a use of it, and very few decks in Standard are not playing either red or green. So
So you find you'll even, against Jesco Fires, tucking away the enchantment, whatever else, it does a lot of work. And Brazen Borrower, nice little sort of catch-all answer.
It is. Just like if you don't want 2, basically, so I played 1.
Yeah, excellent. A wise choice. You don't want 2, so you play 1. Very good.
Yeah.
We can continue on here. Just the lands to talk about. We can talk briefly about these lands. The rest of them not too interesting, but you've got a lot of ways to scry, to check what you're going to draw.
Yeah, these temples are very great. Are actually great because they help you search for Reclamation if you don't have it, and they fix your mana and like opt on land. So I like opt.
And there's no turn 1 play really in this.
No.
I mean, you got 1 opt. So.
Yeah, it's like the opt is worse because of the temples, but the temples are basically what you want to do. So.
Excellent. All right, and a couple of other lands, of course, we can have a look at here. The shock lands, unsurprising, and of course the basic supported by Fabled Passage. That's just about that there for the cards there. But Pascal, I want to ask you, in a world full of Oko, the Thief of Crowns, you are swimming like a mighty salmon against the stream, jumping up those waterfalls. What led you to this conclusion? Why have you chosen to be the good guy here?
Well, somebody has to be the good guy. No, I like my interaction against Oko early game, and you go over the top of them, and I like the mix of that. And like the Oko decks are really like preying on each other with the Noxious Grasp main deck. Like if you have 4 Noxious Grasp in your deck, you're pretty behind against this deck. So I like my choice here, and I also feel way more comfortable playing a deck like this. Like I want to play a deck I think is strong, but also something I like playing and I enjoy playing. And
so
this is
fits your playstyle.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Well, Pascal, thanks so much for coming over and chat, proving to us that in a world of Oko, you, as you say, somebody's got to be the good guy, huh? Very good. All right.